This is the manual USC deduction card taken from www.revenue.ie. When you open it up, this screen will be blank, so I filled in the details for 2019. Cut-off point number 1 for USC is 12,012, cut-off point number 2 is 19,874, and cut-off point number 3 is 70,044. USC grade number 1 is 0.5%, USC grade 2 is 2%, and USC grade 3 is 4.5%, and USC grade 4 is 8%. You fill in all the other employee details, and you can save this and fill it in week by week. Here on our screen we can see the gross pay for USC this period. So for week number 1 the person earned €500. The cumulative gross pay is €500. If you take your 12,012 and you divide by 52, you will get 231 each week. So for example, week number 1 is 231, week number 2 is the 231 doubled, and week 3 is 3 weeks of 231, and so on. For cut-off point number 2, what you have here is you've got your 19,874, and again divided by 52, that gives you 382.19. 2 weeks of it, so that's 382.19 multiplied by 2 is 764.38, and 3 weeks of it is 1146.58, and so on. For week cut-off point number 3, you have the 70,044, and again divided by your 52, that gives you 1347 each week. So the first week is 1347, the second week is 2 weeks of 1347, and the third week is 3 1347s. For USC grade number 4, it depends on whether you have it or not, but that would be any balance that was not covered, so anything earned after 1347 would be worked out at USC grade number 4, which is 8%. So for week number 1, our person earned €500. The cumulative gross pay is €500. The first 231 is multiplied by 0.5%, and that gives us 1.16. To work out rate number 2, it's our 382.19. So remember, that was our 19,874 divided by 52. But you take away the first 231, which has already been worked out at cut-off point number 1. So that gives us 151.19 multiplied by 2%, which is USC grade number 2, and that gives us €3.02. To work out cut-off point number 3, the max the person could earn is 1347. Now our person didn't earn that. Our person only earned 500. So you actually work it out on the amount that the person earned. So it was €500 minus the previous cut-off point, 382.19, and that will give you 117.81. Multiply that by 4.5%, and that gives us €5.30. There is no USC at rate number 4, so remember you will only get USC rate number 4 if the person earns more than 1,347 in week 1. The cumulative USC is our 1.16 plus our 3.02 plus our 5.30, and added together that gives you €3.48. As this is week number 1, the person has €9.48 USC deducted this period. For week number 2, the person again earned €500, added on to last week's cumulative for gross pay, that gives you €1,000. The first 462 multiplied by 0.5% is 2.31. The second cut-off point is 764.38. So remember, you minus the cut-off point number 1, which has already been worked out, 462, and that gives you 302.38. Multiply that by 2%, and you get €6.05. Cut-off point number 3 is 2694, but our person only earned €1,000. So you take what your person got, the €1,000, minus the previous cut-off point number 2, which has been worked out, 764.38, and that will give you 235.62 multiplied by 4%, and that's a total of €10.60. Over here we have our cumulative USC, so that's our 2.31 plus our 6.05 plus our 10.60, and that gives us €18.96. However, that is the cumulative, so you must minus last week's cumulative USC of €9.48, and that then gives you €9.48. Week number 3, the person earned €900, added on to last week's cumulative gross pay of 1,000, that gives us 1,900. The first cut-off point is 693, so remember that was the 231 multiplied by 3 weeks. And when you multiply that by 0.5%, you get 3.47. The next cut-off point number 2 is 1146.58. You minus the 693, which has already been worked out, and that gives you 453.58 multiplied by 2% is €9.07. Cut-off point number 3 is 4,041. However, our person only earned 1,900, so it's the 1,900 minus the previous point number 2, which is 1146.58. That gives us 753.42. Multiplied by 4.5% is €33.90. To work out the cumulative USC, you take your 3.47, your 9.07, and your 33.90 cent. And in there, when you add those together, you get 46.44. However, again, like before, you take your 46.44, you minus your 18.96, and that gives you €27.48 to be actually paid in week 3. Week 4, person earns $650. Added on to last week's cumulative gross pay of $1,900, that gives us a new cumulative gross pay of $2,550. The first 924 at 0.5% is 4.62. The next cutoff is 1528.77, and you take away the 924, which is worked out already, and that gives you 604.77 multiplied by 2%, and that gives you an amount of €12.12. The third rate is 5388. Our person only earned 2,550, so you take your 2,550, you minus the point number 2, which was 1528.77. That would give you 1,021.23. Multiply that by 4.5%, which is rate number 3 for the cutoff point, and that gives you 45.96. To work out your cumulative USC, you take your 4.62, your €12.10, and your 45.96, and that would added together gives you 62.68. Then you take your 62.68, you minus the previous cutoff, cumulative USC, and that gives you €16.24 to be actually paid. Week number 5, again $650, added on to the 2,550 gross pay, cumulative gross pay, that gives you a new cumulative gross pay of 3,200. The cutoff point number 1 is 1155. Multiply that by 0.5% and we get €5.78. The next cutoff point is €1,910.96. You minus the previous cutoff point of 1155, and that gives you 755.96 multiplied by 2%, and that will give you €15.12. Cutoff point number 3 is 6735. However, our person only earned 3,200 so far cumulative. So you take your 3,200, you minus the previous cutoff point number 2, which was 1910.96. That gives us €1,289.04. Multiply that by 4.5%, and that gives us 58.01. Add the three numbers together, your 5.78, your €15.12, your €58.01, and you get a total of €78.91. So that's the cumulative USC. However, like before, you take this week's cumulative USC for week 5, you minus last week's cumulative USC of €62.68, and that gives you €16.23 to be paid. So this is the manual USC deduction card on the revenue website to work out the USC.